opening statement, and we'll take your questions.
Absolutely. Obviously, I had a chance to review the film. Met with our players yesterday, and you can't allow any part of failure to win or losing, however you want to say it, creep into the program. And I think about the TCU game. That's why a lot of guys were sad, disappointed, upset, yes, but more of that first time in the stadium, got a chance to do a lot of positive things, and just offense, defense, special teams, less of things out there. And I think I feel the resentment of Sunday, and Sunday was more of just anger. Guys were after they watched film, pissed about not being able to capitalize. Did so many good things, did a lot of positive things on all three phases of the game, and then did some things very, very well. And then when it really mattered, or maybe you did it right 5 times and 6 times it wasn't great. I think as coaches we got to take a personal inventory and have done that. But I try to accentuate some of the positives. I look at kickoff coverage. Obviously, we gave up a huge one at the end, but I believe the first 4 or 5 times, tackles inside the 15, tackles inside the 20, the plan was really good. And then that last one, we have a couple guys didn't do the exact same thing that we did earlier. Offensively, huge emphasis on second half production, red zone in particular, scoring in the fourth quarter, and did that, and yet weren't able to win the game defensively. Talked in huge emphasis on keeping the ball in front of us, not allowing big plays, and there were, I believe, 4 plays over 25 yards, and those ended up being key point in the ball game. Did so many other positive things. It just made a point to our guys how hard it is and difficult it is to win in the SEC, but something they're very close to being able to say they can do. I know it's very frustrating, but I did encourage them to hold the rope and keep playing. And I think you're going to get an angry group preparing all week, get a chance to put in another good week of preparation, have a home game here, and see what we can do. Health-wise, unfortunately, Jay Red did obviously damage his Achilles, and is actually going over surgery sometime today. Visited with him and his mom a little bit earlier, just laid in front of them. Several options that exist. Obviously, he's a 4th-year player that has a redshirt year available. I think we'll, continue to make decisions as they come. Don't need to make any hurried ones now. I'll give him all the information possible. Try to gather a couple different things for him first. Like in unique case scenarios, I've been a part of a couple of them that where I've had a fullback in the past. Was a 4th-year senior, had never redshirted, broke his leg in an inside drill. Sat out that year, came back, was drafted, played in the league 5-6 years. I was at the University of Wisconsin, where there was a guy by the name of Lee Evans who tore his knee towards ACL in the spring game. Missed the next year, came back with a first-round draft pick a year later. So I'm going to try to give him a lot of different case scenarios that he can bounce off of and absorb. We also have the ability at the end of the year to submit a grade. Even though he only played in 2 games, he can submit a grade at the end of the year and get an evaluation from the NFL, what they say he might be rated as. In addition to that, explore the options of the supplemental draft, which a lot of times that actually has to do with negative situations, ineligibility, and things like that, which of course will be no part of what he is, but want to make sure that because if it's a 6-month recovery, he really wouldn't have an opportunity to get a lot of workout in and read evaluations for the NFL before next year's draft. So a lot of different information to process, and we'll work together on that. We had a really good attitude, disappointed, but also understand that Jay Red's been through quite a few of these similar situations where he's had an injury and battled back very, very well. So thoughts and prayers will be with him as we go forward. K. Rich is cleared and should be ready to rock and roll on Tuesday. He played a very, very limited role this past weekend. We got him in there, and he really practiced a little bit on Wednesday, didn't practice Thursday. We knew he was going to be close, and I think Paul came up to me in pregame warm-ups and said he's good but not great. He isn't where we need to be, so we went with the alternate plan, which obviously put Josh Liddell in at the nickel spot or the cash spot, and brought Jerry Coley in with a lot more significant role. And Dre actually played very, very well, but to get K. Rich back in the lineup just gives us a lot more depth. Not only to show the chain reaction, K. Rich is a very valuable part of our special teams, all 4 phases. And as the game wore on, that kickoff coverage unit replaced 4 or 5 starters off of the kicks that had been first done. And when you start getting into your second string depth, offense, defense is one thing, but your second string depth with kickoff and your